Hi, everyone. This is a quick session where I get to announce the release of LLooMA 2.0. LLooMA 2.0 is a decentralized network native agentic model. Now, I just threw a lot of words at you that I'm going to break down super quick. It's a large language model, it's conceptually a large language model that basically, when it receives a request, it goes and it thinks about what are the best large language models, individual large language models, to solve your problem or problems or answer your question or questions. For example, if you're asking a question about math, it will go and say Quinn Math is the best large language model that can solve your problem. If you ask a question about, some instructions in general, say maybe Mistral instruct, is what can answer this question more. So I said that's the network native. It lives on the network. It's not exactly a giga file or an open weight model. It lives as an orchestrator and it talks to its own brain and then makes the distribution to all other large language models there on the network. Now, agentic, what does that mean? It means that when you send it a request and that request has a bunch of tools included, it will pick up still the best large language model and it will give it the tools and let it decide. That's the decider aspect. It will let it decide which is the best tool to kind of execute on that particular task that you have. For instance, if you are on your IDE, and I'm going to show you that in a second, you're sitting on your IDE, VS Code, WebStorm, whatever you're using, IntelliJ, whatever, right? And you're telling it, create a new file, right? It will take that command and it will take the tools, send it over, and then it will come back with either more questions, what kind of file, what kind of extensions, what do you want to have in these files, or if there's just about bare bone enough information, it will take action and say, give me the permission to write, to your system, right? So you get the idea. Decentralized, because a whole bunch of hosts on the network, they all have their own large language models hosted on their own personal machines, a machine just like the one that I'm talking to you through right now, a PC, basically. And it's agentic because it understands tools, and it's native, network native, because it's not an actual model. It lives within a decentralized network. So what does that look like? Like, what if I were to, kind of demonstrate that? What would that look like? So let's just go ahead here. I'm going to share my screen here. Here's a simple, super empty directory. There's nothing here in this directory. I'm going to just kind of fit the frame for you here. There you go. And I'm going to increase that guy here. So on the right side here, I have continue, which is just the plugin. The plugin, you get to configure it. You get to go and say, I want to configure this plugin to call, whatever, API endpoint. And that's the beauty about it. It's not locked in a particular world. You don't have to use a particular technology. You can configure it and mold it however you want. That's the beauty of continue. But there's many things like that out there, like Aider. You have all these kind of different, Klein. There are all these different kind of open source, with community license, commercial license that will do that for you. And I have an empty directory. So I have LLooMA 2.0, right? To just show you upfront, what it does, I'm going to show you what the network here looks like. Notice the network that's sitting in here, right? I'm going to go ahead, just kind of minimize that view a little bit like that, so you get to see. And I'm going to go ahead and send it a request. I'm going to go ahead and say create a index.js file with a console log in it that says hello world. Super simple. Watch what happens here on the network. You can see things are starting to light up. That's actually my own host. I didn't do that on purpose, but it basically took that command and starting to send it out to a bunch of hosts. And lo and behold, look at that. It created a file. It called it index.js. If you look up in here, here's your index.js right here. This is all happening on the distributed network. Let's give it something a little bit harder, right? Let's just say create a logging broker.js and have it expose a log function that takes one input parameter as a string. There we go. So now it's supposed to go. So now you see the request is going to a completely different set of hosts. And what essentially is happening in here, just so you understand, it's basically saying, let me take your task, let me break it apart, let me kind of create something else. And there you go. Another host is handling it. So look what's happening in here. So every time it's sending a request, it's basically firing to another host, right? Now let's just forget about the host for a second because I really want you to see what the system is actually doing, right? So we know that it's distributed and a bunch of hosts are handling and whatnot. So what did it do for me in here? Well, it created a logging broker. You see that logging broker JS, and it has a log function within it. And let me kind of take my face away so you get to see the actual prompt. Here you go. And essentially, it created that. So now I'm going to go back and say in index.js, instead of using log console log, replace it with log from logging broker.js. There you go. To replace this with a function from logging first, read the current content. Yeah, replace, let me try that again. Replace console log in index with log from logging broker.js. There you go. It's supposed to open up index.js for me here, and it's going to go ahead and replace the usage. There you go. Watch this. So it basically went and said, okay, I'm going to pull log out of this function, and then I'm going to go ahead and use log and have it say hello world, right? Let's see what it said down here. The index just has been updated to use log function, blah, 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 blah. Great. This is all great. Now let's do more, right? And now run it. So now I'm going to have it try to run this file for me. So now it's writing code. It may as well, since it's agentic, it will try to run it. So it's basically saying, to run this updated file, go ahead and do this bash. I can click run here, but I actually want it to run it. So run it and test it. Let's see. It may ask for a permission because it's a command line. We'll see what that looks like. There you go. And then accept. There you go. And it's printed out hello world, as you can see right here. Right? It's still generating something though. So let's see what else it has. And the network is churning. Look at it. Oh, it's already done. Sweet. We didn't catch it before the last host. So that this confirms, so the script ran successfully and the output was hello world. This confirms that the log function from logging broker.js is working as expected. All of this, what you just saw, ran fully on a decentralized distributed network. This is big because this is not your typical, oh, hey, go ahead and find me some information or chat. This is beyond chat. It's taking an action on your behalf through your harness or your local computer, right? And it's distributing it and pushing it across the network where everyone can get rewarded for sharing compute, right? Now, the engineering behind this is wild, beyond wild. And the reason why it took me a whole month, I didn't post anything, I didn't talk to anything, I didn't say anything other than just like maybe putting some memes out there on the network, is because it kind of doesn't make sense for me to go and tell people, here's our agentic series. Let me show you how to build an agent when I don't have a living, breathing agent in a production level system like pure LLM that can actually act as an agent and behave as an agent, actually does something a lot more complex than just kind of set up an open source agent in one server and just let it do things for you. What's interesting about this, and it's more interesting about this, is that, you know, this is more like, it's not just one server and one task and one orchestrator. It's multitude, right? And there's a lot of magic and engineering that goes behind that. I tried to point out some of the engineering that went into this in my blog post announcing LLooMA. You can see it right here. Let me kind of bring you that up to you. There you go. Teaching the community of hosts to call tools. We'll talk a little bit about the architecture of it. You know, the blog post will kind of give you some examples. How do you kind of really use the grammar, to use llama grammar, to really hone down the idea of, you know, if you don't give me back the specific set of tools that are supposed to be used to execute something, you know, don't do it. Now, you know, agents in pure LLM will enable you to become part of the agentic community or not. You can enable it, disable it, just like that. When people are on the network, you get to see how some agents in here, some hosts are agentic, some hosts maybe not. You have almost over 75%, 798 approaching 1 terabyte of VRAM. You get to see, the hosts that are on hot, running hot on particular models, right? The network will also show you which models are mostly used, which one mostly used in the last 7 days, 30 days, how many requests, which ones are trending up, and which one are not being used so much. You also get to you see the health of the network, right? Health meaning how often does the network fall back to core? Like dedicated servers are always running. Which parts are always used? In the last hour, the network is very healthy. It can take traffic and work with that traffic, which is so beautiful. But more importantly, Peer LLM also will show you the fairness of the network. What is the fairness? Well, 71% fairness is the work actually being distributed fairly and squarely across the hosts in that network. And in the last hour, we're at 70%, which is super amazing. Here's all the machines that took work. Here's the work, like the kind of fair point for that work. And here's the other machines that will be taking more work very soon. Um, Peer LLM is all of that and more. There will be a lot more releases and a lot more kind of upgrades. We still want to kind of talk about actual distributed tooling. Like right now, we're basically telling the host, here's the tools that you can do. Go ahead and tell us which tool to use, and we're gonna go and use that tool on the client side. But what if the tools are actually part of the host themselves? So instead of relying on centralized kind of web search, we want the web search to be distributed. So every host has its own web search capability. And when a request comes through, you get to send that request, and it kind of does the web search from one of these kind of hosts. Last but not least, if you want to try it yourself, if you're watching this video, you can reach out to me on the Discord community, the standard community, and I'm going to give you 50 or 100,000 tokens so you can try agentic systems. We need testers, we need people to try things out. If you don't know how to integrate and build everything in here, I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to give you the details of it so you can kind of set up, you install the plugin, continue, you do the configuration, and now you're talking to LLooMA. The API is documented and it's on prllm.com. I hope you find this interesting. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to drop a comment in the comment section. And don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you again soon.